Today I'm going to be breaking down Girlfriend by Chris Brown, where as usual I'm going to be talking you through the various elements that I'm picking up on as we go through it. For those of you that are interested, I have put my interpretation of the song meaning down in the description below, although I do think in this case it's pretty cut and dry what the song is about, but if you want to go ahead and check that out, then by all means please do so. Alright guys, you know the sketch by now, headphones on, let's get into some music.
Ah, the nocturnal habitat of the urban jungle. The nightclub. Once abundant in these environments, they now face a perilous decline.
This shit is whack. Where else can we go tonight? I have no idea.
Do you know what? Just very quickly, actually, that statement's actually very, very true. So I watched just a TikTok on this only a couple of weeks ago, and they were saying about the decline in the number of nightclubs that are around. I think at one point, we're talking about the UK here, but at one point we had like 1,500, and we've literally now only got sort of like 500 or 600, and it's because people just aren't going to nightclubs anymore. So yeah, facts.
Yeah, but I'm not going to no hookah. There's literally nobody here.
But once every blue moon, a beacon of light emerges from the shadows. A light-skinned nigga.
My ex, man, she didn't like seafood, but with you, I can just...
Oh, shit.
The fuck?
His name? Chris Breezy, bitch.
Go girlfriend, you're sexy and you know.
Get your ass up out of here.
My best friend, we're best friends and we fucking. You come through, she come through. It's best if they don't know. Go girlfriend, you sexy and you know it. Yo, I don't be acting like your man cause like that. But when you need me, I still slide through and crack. Take you shopping every season, yeah. Vacations when you need it, yeah.
Okay, right, let's stop it there, because what we have here is we've got the intro and then we go straight into the chorus, and we've actually leaked over into the verse here. So because of the song structure, we'll pause it, let's cover off the intro and the chorus, and then we can go ahead and listen to the verse. Alright, so let's kick off with this intro then. So it's 4 bars long, so it's a nice short intro, and we really like those because it means that we get to the meat of the track as quickly as humanly possible. Now, for those of you that have been watching me for a while, you will know 8 bars, you're looking on the average side. 16 bars, now you're starting to push on the longer side of the intro. Opening up with the intro, we get this really nice set of soft but pulsating keys. If you listen to those keys in the intro, you'll notice that they've got a sense of rhythm to them. Bass, that comes in at around 42 seconds, but notice that we actually get this very glimpsing set of keys come in, this ding, right just before the bass drops. But also notice that once that bass has dropped, we also have another set of keys that come into the mix. They're subtle, but if you listen for them, you will be able to hear them pretty easily. Moving on to the chorus, and the first thing to notice, and I know I've already touched on it, is the fact that we go out of the intro into the chorus. And listen, this is never a bad thing, right? It's a good thing to do, and I've spoken about this, you know, a few times now, but the way you got to think about it, right, is that the chorus is the most memorable part and the most catchiest part of the track. So opening up with that and grabbing your audience attention and engagement from the get-go, well, it can't be a bad thing, right? I'm not saying that you can't go from an intro into a verse. Obviously you can, because there's plenty of songs that do it. But what I am saying, especially if you are an aspiring artist and even a producer, don't be afraid to experiment and open up with different sections of the song. Vocally, nicely layered, filling up all that space. But if you pay attention, within those layers, you'll also hear multiple ranges. We get some harmonies in there as well, and we get this one-off cheeky little ad-lib that comes in at around 107. And then finally, you'll also notice that when we tip over into this chorus, this is where the drums also come into the mix. So let's go back, let's listen.
Chris Breezy, bitch.
Right, here are the keys. there's that key, that dun dun.
Go girlfriend, you're sexy and you know.
Get your ass up out of here.
My best friend, we're best friends and we're fucking. You come through, she come through. It's
Well,
best
let's
if
say.
they don't know. Go girlfriend, you sexy and you know.
Right, verse.
Yo, I don't be acting like your man cause like that. But when you need me, I still slide through and crack. Take you shopping every season, yeah. Vacations when you need it, yeah. I don't be drinking, girl, I leave it to your man. Girl, I'm the side nigga that understands. You match my energy, there ain't never no pressure. Fucking with a real one, I would never stress ya. Oh, your secret safe with me.
Okay, right, let's stop it there. We have leaked over into the pre-chorus. So let's cover off this first verse. Okay, so there are a couple of things that we want to pay attention to within this verse. And the first thing is the switch up in keys. So we go from these long drawn out keys to these short, sharp keys. And what this does is it gives that feel that the first verse has actually been stripped back a little bit compared to the intro and the chorus. Also listen at 119 and 124 because we get an additional set of keys being brought into the mix, and they are this classic kind of Dr. Dre West Coast type keys that we would hear on tracks like California Love, for example. Vocally, we notice that Chris Brown has got a pacier flow, and even at times he's actually offbeat. And that's not a bad thing. I actually think that even though I'm not a huge fan of the whole offbeat thing, I actually think it suits the kind of feel and the vibe of this track. And then the final thing to pay attention to is that you'll notice that as we get to the back end of this verse, the track does actually get stripped back. So the drums get taken out of the mix. And this is a really good way to lead us over into the pre-chorus, because the pre-chorus itself is stripped back. So what this means from a production side is that they can just carry us over from the verse into the pre-chorus seamlessly without introducing any cuts or any fancy transitions. So let's go back. Let's listen. Right, listen to the keys. Switch up. West Coast keys coming in. There. Listen to the flow. Strip back. Now we're in the pre-chorus.
And if I see you out in public, no, I keep it pushing, keep it dug. Go girlfriend, you're sexy and you know we're your best friend, my best friend. We're best friends and we're fucking. You come through, she come through. It's best if they don't know. You sexy and you know it. Shake it, I feel it. I got a lot of money, so I'ma start spending. Hey, no Netflix, fuck chillin'. All a nigga need is some sexual healing. Young nigga bossed up on the west side, and you know I get love on the east side. I come through and beat it up like I'm supposed to. If I come first, then it's round two. Oh.
Okay, right. Let's stop it there. Let's cover off the second verse. We won't bother covering off the second chorus because there were some slight changes within it, but nothing major compared to the first chorus. So we'll skip over that and we'll just cover off this second verse. So a couple of things to pay attention to with this second verse. Firstly, you notice that when we enter the second verse, we have no keys at all, whether that be the long drawn out ones or whether it be the short, sharp ones. It's not until we get to around 206 after the section in this track where they strip the percussions out that those keys actually come back into the mix. Second thing to pay attention to, no West Coast keys. We get a slight glimpse of them at around 221, but other than that, they're nowhere to be seen in this second verse. And then finally, the delivery. Right, so in the first verse, I said it was more pacier, even had moments where it was offbeat. Here, much more slower, and much more in sync with the rhythm. Let's go back. Let's listen. No keys. Keys come back in now. All a nigga need is some sexual healing. Young nigga bossed up on the west side, and you know I get love on the east side. I come through and beat it up like I'm supposed to. If I come first, then it's round 2. Oh, your secret. Pre-chorus. And if I see you out in public, and if I see you out in public, chorus now. You're sexy, and you know your best friend, my best friend. We're best friends and we fuck you. She come through. It's best if they don't know. Right, lots of vocal runs actually within this chorus and lots more repeated phrases and kind of layering of the vocals compared to other choruses. Let's just go back 1 or 2, listen. Go girlfriend, you're sexy and you know your best friend, my best friend. We're best friends and we fuck you. Come through, she come through. It's best if they don't know. Go girlfriend, you're sexy and you know it. Shawty in the back smoking. Okay, right, we're going to stop it there. We're going to cover off this bridge very, very quickly, and then we're going to go ahead and see the rest of the track out. So there's not really a huge amount to discuss about this bridge, and the main reason for that is because I think it's pretty obvious, be it to the trained or even the untrained ear, what's happened here, right? Because we've got a complete switch up in this bridge to anything that we've heard in the track up to this point. But if you pay attention to the chorus, we get to the back end of that and we actually get this record scratch in there, and that helps to transition us out of that chorus over into this bridge. I really like the use of the old school hip hop hits that we get in this bridge. So we get a dun dun dun, and finally what I also like about it is the way that when we get into that final section of the bridge, or the second section of the bridge, they begin to bring in familiar sounds that we've heard in the track up to that point. So yeah, really good use of the bridge, really helps to mix things up, but I also like how they carry elements of the bridge over into the final section of the song. Let's go back. Let's listen, see the rest of the track out. It's best if they don't know. Right, record scratch. Boom. Complete switch up. Right, now we got familiar sounds in. Old school hip hop hits. Elements of the bridge in a final chorus. Alright, bangs, mate. Alright, that's it for me. If you want to see more breakdown and analyses videos, there'll be things popping up on the screen right now. Other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one.